What is the optimal riding stance for freeride powder snowboarding? Imagine slicing through a sea of white fluff, feeling completely in tune with your board and the snow beneath your feet. That's what freeride snowboarding in deep powder is all about. But to really enjoy those floaty turns and smooth control, you need the right stance. So, what makes a stance perfect for riding in powder? Let's break it down. Your stance is made up of two main parts: how wide your stance is and the angles of your bindings. The width is how far apart your bindings are, and the angles are how your feet point relative to the board. Both of these choices influence how your board reacts and how much control you have at high speeds or on tricky terrain. Your front foot is usually your less dominant foot and helps steer the board, while your back foot provides power and helps slash through the snow. For powder, many riders prefer a duck stance, where the front binding points slightly forward and the back binding points slightly backward. For example, setting your front binding to about 21 degrees and your back to -15 degrees can give you a good balance. This stance makes it easier to switch directions and keeps your knees comfortable. Another popular option is the alpine stance, where both bindings point toward the nose of the board. This setup is more aggressive and great for carving in deep snow. Usually, both bindings are set at positive angles, with the front at around 12 degrees and the back at 3 degrees or more. It gives you more edge grip and control when you want to carve through the snow. There's also the old school or positive zero stance, where the front binding is angled forward and the back is flat at 0 degrees. This setup is good if you want to ride mostly forward but still be able to switch stance without knee strain. When it comes to stance width, wider is better for stability and shock absorption. In deep snow, a wider stance helps you stay balanced and absorb impacts from bumps or uneven terrain. If you ride a longer board, you'll want a stance that's proportionally wider to keep your center of gravity low and centered. If you want more flow in the powder, moving your bindings slightly toward the tail of your board shifts your weight back, helping the nose stay up. Small adjustments in binding angles, like 3 degrees at a time, can make a big difference in how your body feels during long rides. Your stance should work together with your riding style. In powder, you'll be constantly shifting your weight and using your hips to turn. Keeping your hips open and shoulders level to the slope helps with smooth, flowing turns. Active riding means moving your legs and hips through turns, so your stance shouldn't restrict your movement. Watching professional freeriders can give you ideas, but the best setup is what feels right for you. Start with a centered duck stance if you're new, then tweak the width and angles as you go. Experiment during days when you're not in the deep snow, so you can find what makes you feel most comfortable and in control. Remember, the perfect stance is personal. Your height, weight, and riding style all influence what works best. The key is to listen to your body and adjust until your riding feels natural and fun. With the right stance, you'll be gliding through powder with more confidence and style.